Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. mmpr. I just got finished watching the season finale of Power Rangers Dino Charge. Now, this season has come a long way since Samurai and Mega Force. For the last 4 years, we had nothing but crap on characterization. What I'm trying to say is that we had no character development from Mega Force or Super Mega Force except Noah. I'm sorry. The rest of the season just flat out garbage. And so was Samurai season. Bad acting, cons, like chit chat where they're fighting. Like, it just gets really annoying. But Dino Charge, on the other hand, did an amazing job with the perfect character development from each Ranger. You know, not only with the best storytelling, but the acting was a lot better than both seasons. Power Rangers has its shares with ups and downs with bad acting and picking the right cast members when it comes to, you know, martial arts and stuff. Rather than martial artists, gymnasts, or dancers. The thing is, Dino Charge is good. You know, it's not great, but good. I will tell you some of the best parts about Dino Charge that I absolutely love. Starting with Tyler. Tyler is the type of character that is looking for his father, who has been missing for several years ago, and was doing everything in his power to find him, but no luck. In the episode 8, which Tyler shined the most, when Tyler and Fury fought one-on-one, Tyler asked Fury, threatening him about his father, whether he knows where he is. So, I think his character kind of grew, because episode 8, I felt was the best. And Tyler is one of my favorite Rangers and his actor, Brandon Major, did an amazing job. His acting performance, he killed it. I don't care what nobody says, he killed it. Camille Hyde, the Washington D.C. native, best Pink Ranger, better than Emily and Emma and Mia. I mean, Shelby is one of my favorite. The first black Pink Ranger, she killed it. She did a good job, and she had a good character development. I think in episode 1, when she sacrificed her whole body just to fight for the Energem, and she was the only character that really grew the most because she loved Triceratops. Because in episode 1, when the guy in the costume was stealing the Energems, she sacrificed her whole body just to save it. And in episode 2, Shelby was really unsure whether she wants to become a Pink Ranger or not. And when you think about it, she grew. And another Shelby focused episode that I liked was episode 7, when her and Kendo worked together to trace the Anglo Energem. And Shelby destroyed the monster by herself, and she led the team. And Shelby is one of the amazing Pink Rangers that Neo Saban has ever had. Chase, on the other hand, I don't really like Chase though, because I just feel like his character just got really boring. Even though he's kind of like a laid-back type of dude, boring as usual. But one thing that really pissed me off was episode 5, when he had a focus episode. So he had to rescue a cat by going through everybody, and not only that, when I first seen it, I thought it was a baby at first. I'm like, what the heck? Then I look back, I'm like, oh no. So they're using the same kind of storyline from season 2 of Mighty Morphin. But everybody in Angel Grove are dumb as heck, don't know what to do, just sitting there and watching the baby roll down the hill while the teenagers are risking their lives to save a baby. Chase wound up doing the same thing by rescuing a cat. I'm like, what? They could have done a bad job by using some other storylines. But episode 5 was kind of the worst for me, But it did have a character development. Well, despite Samurai Mega Force lackluster. Riley is one of the coolest Green Rangers. He's smart, brilliant. in episode 2, it had a focus episode on him in the first half, fighting for the M gem against Sledge. And he winds up getting that green energy gem because Fury was gonna Fury was gonna take the energy from Riley once he discovered it. It gave him some powers. So it gave us some confidence. He fought Fury off and he won. So that should be an A+ for Riley. In episode 9, I kind of felt that even though it was his focus episode, I felt like it should have been more about him fighting the monster, figuring out the plan to get his friends out of the warehouse, despite the confusion and stuff. He was able to use his old math skills or whatever to... I don't know, man. I mean, episode 9 was okay, but I feel like episode 17 was his growth the most because even though the monster uses his scissors to split his friends up, and Riley and Coda came up with a plan to not only trick the monster by splitting them up, but also getting his friend back on good terms. So, and then it was his birthday, so you probably think that everybody ever got his birthday. This kind of reminds me of Mighty Morphin of the Happy Birthday Zach episode. So yeah, I think Riley was a good Green Ranger. And finally we have Coda. My God, one of the best Blue Rangers in the world, because Yoshi, I forgot his last name, was a great martial artist. And not only that, Coda is a caveman. He's 1,000 years old, so he's the oldest member, and he was one of the first Blue Rangers to ever receive the Energy Gem, even though he had the focus episode on episode 4. So, when they morphed, I felt like he should have fought the monster by himself because he was kidnapped by the monster when him and chasing the kid. But I felt like this episode focused on Tyler and Riley on their motorbikes and stuff instead of Coda. But it did have some nice moments with the Coda and the kid forming a bond together. And I kind of like that about him. Here comes Ivan the Gold Ranger. Now, we all waited a long time for Ivan to come out of Fury's body, and he get the crap out of Fury, for morphing into the Gold Ranger, then using his Terramorpher and his weapon to beat the brakes out of the guy. And he did a good job. But at episode 12, it was so disappointing. Like, I feel like they really messed his character up night after night. I could have sworn it was going to be more about Ivan, but it turns out to be a joke. One of the worst episodes I've ever seen. But he was one of the best Gold Rangers I ever had, despite the bad episode. He was able to grow and come a long way. Then came Prince Philip. Now, Prince Philip debuted in episode 11, Breakout. When he was accused of the Rangers of stealing the Energy Gem, of them faking royal stuff. And he was pretty much a douche at first. But in episode 14, he became the Graphite Ranger. But his character grew to me. He wanted to do everything by doing stuff with charity work. And not only that, man. He was a total beast. Fighting his own monster, fighting his own robot that turned evil. I kind of felt like they should have never done that. I had him fight the foot soldiers first before fighting his own thing. But it is what you get, man. I mean, what you see is what you get. Prince Philip, good job episode, focus episode. Then Miss Morgan, she was kind of like the B in the Power Rangers. I don't want to say a cuss word, but I think you know where I'm coming from. She was the type of mentor that hates Shelby because she's mad that she didn't become a Ranger first in episode 2. Let's be honest. Kendo hated Shelby from the get-go, but they were able to reconcile in later episodes. And that's really amazing to me that Kendo has grown because everybody knew that she was going to become the Purple Ranger. I've said that from the get-go. And boy, she did not disappoint in the season finale. My God. The way she took charge of her own Zord. The way that she fought the Vigorous in Ranger form. Dude, you can't tell me that Claire did an amazing job as a Purple Ranger. I can only imagine what the second season is going to be. So, what do I give Dino Charge? A 4 out of 5. Even though it had some problems with the editing and stuff, with the storytelling, it had some troubles with it, that still doesn't deny the fact that the season is awesome. I love every single bit of it. The storylines were great. The characters was awesome. The acting was amazing. And the unmoored fight scenes, my God, for the first time in 4 years, we actually have unmoored fights. Something that was missing from Samurai and Megaforce for a long time. Chipland, thank you so much for doing a good job with Dino Charge. Bringing unmoored fight scenes that we should have had with Samurai and Megaforce. Like, you would have did an amazing job. And I hope that second season will do the same thing. Like I said, man, I give Dino Charge a 4 out of 5. Great start from season 1. Season 2 should be better. And with that being said, that's going to do it with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Make sure to subscribe and comment and leave a like. Until then, this is Mr. mmpr, and I am morphing out.